Hey, if you're a Hollywood producer, bring the real world back. Say screw Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
What?
Put Kim Kardashian on there, and well,
Who else?
yeah, because
Two of the
there's so
Kardashians?
many Kardashian. I guess they could kind of rotate, couldn't they? Rotate through the whole Kardashian and Jenner family. Could put Caitlyn on there too, couldn't they?
I'm gonna write this down.
Oh God, don't! Can't believe you're putting that first.
Yeah, probably should.
Way to get me kicked off the internet. All right, are we going?
Yeah.
Today's podcast, all brand. You're taking a week off.
Oh, really? They didn't step up.
They didn't step up. Barnana.
Barnana.
So these, I've had these before. They're super good. So they're like little banana bites. And what this company claims, let me read you the blurb. Totally cocoa, PB, and bananas. This is a dark chocolate peanut butter cup with bananas.
I like dark chocolate.
And if that, what?
I like dark chocolate.
Oh, I thought you said I don't like dark chocolate. Anyways, though, made from upcycled bananas. Scuffed up, too ripe, oddly shaped, bananas are delicious in all their shapes and sizes. Every year, millions of imperfect bananas go to waste at farms before ever making it to market. That's why we take perfectly imperfect, good-looking, good-tasting bananas and turn them into tasty organic snacks, a win-win for the planet and your taste buds.
I feel like that.
They're really good.
Sarah McLachlan music like playing in the background, like millions of bananas every year are lost to being thrown out.
So, here you go.
They're cute. They look like little turds.
Yeah,
like
but
powdered.
they taste better than turds. You eat it, just eat it as a bite. And you wanted to see what the inside looked like.
That's really good,
right? Dude, yeah, they're so good. Oh, sorry. I was not talking into the mic. Do what? Well, you bought them, didn't you?
Yeah, but you know me. Always staying cheap. Yeah, these
Especially-
are quite good. Can I see the container?
I don't know.
Barnana. This looks like something that would have been on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm. I took those off the counter this morning. I hope Emily didn't want any more of them.
Sorry,
Because they're going to be gone.
Barnana. Yeah. Peanut butter cup coating. Cane sugar, chocolate liqueur. Sustainable palm kernel oil. Peanut butter, cacao butter. Sea salt, bananas. Peanut flour. Boy, this would really knock a peanut allergist out.
Lots of peanut things in there. Aren't they delicious, though? I'm a big fan.
Guess what town they're based out of? L.A.
L.A.
It's
That's
very
not
LA
surprising.
snack. Huh. Well, thank you, Barnana, for sponsoring the Daily Motor Podcast, specifically episode 59 of the Daily Motor Podcast. Brought to you by Barnana. Kellogg.
If Emily tells me I couldn't finish them, well, bring her one home.
Do you even know where they are? They Trader Joe's? They seem
No,
like Trader Joe's.
she gets them at U of M. They're from like a vending machine.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Anyways,
super good.
Yeah, big fan. And I have something else for you this morning, Charlie. I was scrolling Facebook last night, and I found quite possibly the best Facebook Marketplace ad I've ever seen. And I want to send it to you so we can take a look at it together.
Okay. Yeah, I need to do a better job at screenshotting some of these to show you. Because like I saw one the other night. It had two different photos, but one from a little bit closer up and one from a little bit further back, but the exact same type of photo. And I was like, Chris would appreciate this.
Yeah, okay. So here it is. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Can I send it to you on Messenger? Or text it?
Yeah,
or
no, Messenger would be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you've got it. Can you share with the class also?
Yep, here we go.
I just want you to take this in because I have never seen another Facebook Marketplace ad like this. It's really something. I'm excited for you guys to see it if the internet allows.
I was going to say, it's really building up the suspense right now. Okay, 1999 Mercedes-Benz CLK Class Gold is the title.
You think this photo is funny?
So to describe to the listeners, we've got this is Facebook Marketplace, a vertical photo that is about a 1-to-1 square crop ratio.
Screenshotted from a camera roll.
Okay, with multiple fonts put over it. Convertible 1999 Mercedes-Benz CLK.
And also they've taken a photo of the car taken on a flip phone and they've colored it with their finger around so you can only see the car. Okay, go to the next one.
It looks like a like if a SoundCloud rapper made a mixtape CD cover.
Yeah.
On their phone
to sell this
on a subway. Okay, and so here's the same photo but without any of the text or crop.
Right.
So it's just a black CLK with gold bronzish accents.
Yeah, rattle can.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now
is this not the best thing you've ever seen?
what's kind of impressive is they actually used some photo editing software. They put in more effort than they needed to sort of remove just the vehicle from the image and put it in a a photo of some road out in the middle of nowhere.
I saw this photo and thought, I need this car. So they've done a good job marketing.
Moving on. Okay. So they're putting part of the description of the car in this next photo. Runs good, needs a little interior work.
I like the fact that, for one, the interior is purple. And also the fact that they have stenciled a massive Mercedes badge on the hood.
Right above the normal
above the regular Mercedes badge.
Okay, this is another vertical, fairly wide-angle shot. Not fully getting the car into the into the frame, though, of kids just there.
Kids playing in kids playing in the car.
They've doxed their children at this point.
Next. That's the most normal picture.
This is a vertical.
Because you can actually see the whole car.
You can see the whole car, even though it's only
this must be a horrible Android that takes really long pictures.
Yeah, well,
or it's like a sideways panorama.
The only thing I can think is it's a screenshot.
Oh, right.
Because there are something like a Galaxy Flip, one of those new fold phones, might have a screen angle like this, a screen resolution.
Right.
But there's no camera that would voluntarily take this, because the quality's not that bad. Okay, so this is another one of these very vertical, very narrow shots of not getting most of the car. Although it does a convertible top work? Do we know that? Because here it's up. No, it's also up. This is good.
This is a good one, yeah.
The headlight is blowing out.
At no point in this ad do you know what picture is going to come next. There's just...
All right, so
I like the reflector that they put in the middle of the rear bumper. It helps.
Very safe. You can... Doesn't seem like the proper parts of the taillight light up.
No.
Because this taillight's lit up on the outside. This taillight's lit up on the inside.
No. Those could just be the reflectors, though.
Touche. This is... Okay, so we go back.
No, this is a different photo.
Right. But again, slightly different angle of the headlight. The
blowing
passenger
out the shot.
headlight blowing out the shot. And in dusk. Oh, and then a third of the passenger side at a slightly higher angle with the headlight on, nearly blowing out the shot. And then a little bit of the back of the car. That's terrible. That is really bad. It's been driven 1,234 miles.
How many? Oh, I'm sure that's accurate.
Yeah, very precise.
Yeah. There's your description if you want to.
Yeah, what's with all the pointer fingers in the description? So we've got...
Charlie, would you question what goes through this person's mind after viewing the very in-depth photo gallery?
You can switch the interior out easily, looking for trades. Left finger, right finger. Or dashboard speedometer needs to be replaced. Left finger. And door, left finger. Panels, left finger, right finger. It makes me think of the old Dance Dance Revolution games where you had to left foot, right foot, left foot. Top come down manual, left point.
That's
Car
broken.
Needs a little work.
What he means is the top is broken because...
It's not like your Roadster that the top works properly, but yet we still just forced it up and down manually.
This one's broken.
Car needs a little work. Other than that, get you to where you need to go. Okay, sign. ... Very great driving every day. Heart, fire. Trades are good. Trades are good to trading or cash. Let's not forget, this is the Mercedes-Benz. Capitalized Mercedes-Benz. Or throw me offers. Worst I can say is no. Should we send McGee Cardle an offer?
Yes. Would you like to get involved with this individual?
Sure, why not?
Oh, God, Charlie.
Hey, would you take 2,000?
Charlie, do not send that. Do not send that.
It's listed for $1,700.
Yeah, you're gonna get literally. They're gonna track us down and kill us. Maybe. Don't. Oh, okay, he's done it.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. What
You just
I can
want to
do.
interact with this person as a social experiment, don't you?
Oh, can we view their profile? Have you done this?
I have not actually. I did not.
Okay. Also listing a 2014
Oh.
Coolster, and a
You know what you should do, Charlie?
Wear leather coat.
You try and take all 3 items for $2,000.
Let's view their profile here. Their full profile. So this appears to be an individual giving
You're flipping off the
flipping
camera.
my finger. Works at CEO. Oh, it's the CEO, Chris.
Well, they drive the
The Mercedes-
Mercedes-Benz.
Designer Boy CEO and party bus, and he's married to I'm Me. Okay, well, yeah. See, this seems like a very, very reputable individual. They graduated from the Marijuana Academy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Well, I am confident in this being a very good transaction for me.
That's
He's
cute.
a happily married individual. Good. Good. Yep. All right. Thanks for bringing this to our attention, Chris. This was good.
I regret doing it now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Facebook Marketplace, man. I had
Scary.
a Facebook Marketplace interaction last week.
Did you? Oh yeah, yes, that's right. Everyone would like to hear about that.
Give me another one of them bananas.
Well, I'm gonna have. You can have these. Here you go.
What, these are
There's
like
only one left,
These are
Charlie,
so tiny.
and I want it.
These are little nugs. Nugs. Nuglets. So good though. I have a shelving unit or cabinet type of thing. Just a real crappy thing posted on Facebook Marketplace. $50. I would take 20 type of thing. Like, is All Brand coming back mid-episode? Are you checking their expiration date?
We have till June to eat it. Still.
Good. And I have it listed, and some lady said, super interested, like multiple. I'm like, all right, like sometime next week or whatever, come by. She's like, yep, I'll be there, everything like that. And I even checked with her a few days later and said, hey, are you like for sure good? Because I have other people who say they'd like to pick it up tomorrow, but you messaged first, so I'll put it pending for you if you want to take it. She said, yep, 100% gonna be there. Okay, great. So she was gonna be there at 3:30 on this day. I admittedly, and this is my fault, was running a bit late. I had gone mountain biking. And also I have a story on the mountain biking.
Did you go with the Topher?
I did not. He was in California, unfortunately.
Oh.
But I have a story on the mountain biking, too, that I'll get to that you'll appreciate. So I was running a little late, about 15 minutes. I messaged her 15 minutes beforehand, half an hour, whatever. As soon as I had gotten my truck, I said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm running a little bit late. Should be there about 3:45. I'll hustle there. She reads the message, and then about 10 minutes later replies, take your time. I'm going to be late as well. I'll be there about 4:30. So at the time that she was supposed to be there, she messages me that she's going to be an hour late. So I'm like, oh, well, that's great. Good, quality. Then I get there. I pull this thing out, clean it up and everything. It's not a huge cabinet, but it's probably 6 feet wide or so. 6 feet long, 6 feet roughly. And she pulls up in a Honda Fit. No, okay, fair enough. Honda Fit's very practical interior. I bet you with all the seats folded and maybe the passenger seat pushed up, she actually probably could have fitted in. Worst case, it sticks out the back and she just
With the hatch open.
drives with her hatch open.
Bungee the hatch.
Yeah.
To the
whatever. Or
latch
leave it open.
or whatever.
I don't care.
Leave
Do
it
whatever
open,
you
yeah.
want. So she pulls up. She's checking it out. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Sounds good. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, it's a game plan. She's like, oh, I'll just put it on top of my car. And I was like, so I went back out to look at our car because I didn't look at it that closely, hoping it had roof rails. No, purely smooth-topped second-gen Honda Fit that she planned on just popping this thing on. And, but don't worry, she had a furniture blanket and a bungee cord. And I thought
a bungee
cord.
Ah.
Not a ratchet strap, a bungee cord. And I thought, okay, she must just be like running down the street or something, like real local. Our DMHQ is kind of near some residential areas. I thought, oh, she's just got to get it down the road. And I was like, I could just toss in the back of the truck or whatever. Like, we had multiple vehicles. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to do that. I was like, where are you located? She's like, it's going to Ann Arbor, which is like probably taking the highway to get there, like 15 minutes sort of deal. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to... And I was like, she was getting everything out. I'm like, look, I'd drop my delivery fee in half, like $10. I'll run it to your house later. I'm going to Ann Arbor later anyway. Like, please don't. Essentially, she's like, yeah, okay, that'd probably be better. So she hands me the money, $60, and she gives me her address and everything, and fair enough. Okay, we take off. So I'm just about to leave, about 10 minutes later, and I get a message from her. Hey, are you still there? And I'm like...
You knew what was coming.
Yeah, and I almost didn't reply because I was just about to leave. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, actually, I don't think I can do anything with this. Like, can I just come get my money back? And there was so much of me that just wanted to be like, final sale. Like, it's yours. Figure it out. You sell it. Something. But I'm not that type of person.
Charlie's a nice guy.
Yeah, and but I was a little short in the message. I took the cash, hid it in kind of a place near our shop, and I took a photo of it. And I said, your cash is here. And she pulled back up like 10 minutes later, grabbed it and left. And then, of course, I messaged the other person who came in second, was really interested in it, and they never replied because they probably picked something else up or something like that. So now it's still here, even though it was supposed to be gone last week. So that was a very long-winded and boring story. Just
Stu
to
told
say
me...
Facebook Marketplace is just...
Stu said you should have just let her do it. And
I know.
Driven by it 2 minutes later, smashed on the side.
I totally should have. I should have just been like, it's just, I did, yeah.
Should have just let her do it, man. Sometimes you got to let people find out the hard way that they're being stupid.
I almost felt more bad for the car.
It would have... that's the thing is we like the Honda Fit. So you didn't want to hurt the Honda Fit because it would have just... Oh, my God. Yeah, it would have dented the roof.
Yeah.
But the other thing, and that it's probably a good thing you didn't let her take it, is because it would have blown off on 94 and it probably would have hit someone else's car. And
Yeah, you're right.
Messed up someone else's car pretty bad.
That's actually a good point.
So, yeah.
You went on a small rant earlier before we started recording about people getting angry about backing into spots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Tedward posted on his Instagram story yesterday a comment that someone left on his video about how everyone that backs into parking spots has a small penis, or lack thereof, I suppose. And I don't understand why people hate when people back into spots so much. I've heard people talk about it in person before, like, oh, if you back into parking spots, like you must be a douchebag and full of yourself and all this stuff. It's like, sometimes it's easier to back into a spot. And the same people that say that are the ones that are parked crooked over the line and leave their shopping cart out to scratch other people's cars and have no regard for anyone but themselves. So guess what? I'm going to continue backing into parking spots and being respectful of other people around me.
They're also the same ones who will just throw their car into reverse and fly backward out into the parking lot again to leave and not look either way.
And cause an accident.
I think that they are actually incapable of backing into a parking spot. It's very difficult for them, so they lash out at others.
That's true. I think the way that I'm making sense of it is they see it as people that are backing in are trying to show off.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't like it. But it isn't that way.
No, sometimes it just makes
Sometimes you just want to back in.
And the reason I bring this up is I backed into a parking spot that same day that I went mountain biking. And here's why. It's a very Charlie story. I think you'll appreciate this. So,
what vehicle did you take? Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, that's actually part of the story.
Okay.
Yeah, it all goes together.
Okay,
so
I'll let you go.
We really got to take quite a few steps back here. I don't know how far back we need to go, but I'll make it work. I'm particularly cheap.
No.
I am a frugal individual.
Wow.
I like to define myself.
Jeez, we're all finding this out together.
And I also like cars. Big fan of them.
You like driving.
I like driving, but I do like them too. You got it. I mean, maybe in a different way than certain people.
Than me.
But I will take pride in a $750 Chrysler Town & Country more so, or picking up that 2008 Ford Escape more than having a Cayman sitting in my garage sort of thing.
Sure.
That sort of deal. So it's just different. It's different strokes. So in order to own many cars and not spend money on them, I have in-transit repair plates to use on them, which is honestly typically fair because most of the cars I have them on are broken in one way or another. So it's plausible.
And
it's not like
they're always in transit.
And they're always being repaired. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm getting a 2018 Chevy Bolts and like putting an in-transit repair plate on. They're broken Town & Countries and Escapes and F-350s and everything. So I'm driving around the F-250, and Jocelyn Benson, if you're listening, this isn't true, but yeah. I'm driving the F-250 around on an in-transit repair plate. And the tabs for those are just $20 a year. which is why I have those. And you can transfer between any vehicle. If I didn't have that, I would have paid like hundreds of dollars already this year in just plate transfer fees between the different cars that they've been on. But the in-transit repair plates you can just put on any car, hunky-dory. Then, this week at Daily Motor headquarters, we had 2 cars that were not conducive to mountain biking. We had the Jaguar F-Type and we had the Hyundai Kona N. And my lovely dear wife, Alyssa, had to use our Maverick for work things and everything like that. So I was left with my Ford F-250 to drive around, which is great for going mountain biking. I literally just threw the bike in the back, didn't strap or anything like that, just tossed and left. Well, so I get to the state park that I was going to mountain bike in, and you're supposed to have a state park pass. Now, that's an issue because I have this in-transit repair plate that I clearly didn't spend an extra $12 on or whatever. I don't even know if you can get state park passes on the. Probably not.
No, there's no way. That would defeat the purpose.
Yeah. So I'm at the state park, and I was gonna go and just get like a you can sign in to just give yourself like honor system kind of like you sign a thing of paper, fill it out with your license plate and everything, put it in the slot, and then they mail you a sticker park pass for your vehicle. But my in-transit repair plate expires in March. The tabs do, and the way the park pass does. It's $17, but it expires when your tabs do. So it would have expired in a month. And I said, I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous.
$17 to go mountain biking.
You're right.
Even I think that's insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So instead, I simply pulled into the parking spot and then backed my truck into a snowbank so that they couldn't see the plate if they were to come around and inspect to see if it had the little P to say that it had a park plate.
Smart.
And I didn't get a ticket.
Okay.
But admittedly, I was nervous because I like to think of myself.
Did you crash into the snowbank?
I didn't crash into it. I simply backed into it.
Were you touching it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you crashed into it.
It's not a crash. It was controlled.
You made contact with it.
Yes. I impacted the snow with the back of my truck. And I was nervous while I was riding because I like to think of myself as a fairly good-natured individual. So the fact that I had, possibly broken the rules here, I was nervous I'd return to.
Who's in charge of the state parks in Michigan? Is it also Jocelyn Benson?
That's a good question. If you're in charge of the Michigan State
So if
Parks,
you're Jocelyn Benson or the person in charge of state parks, Charlie was talking about how he was playing Forza last night.
Yes. Well, it could. Ms. Whitmer could probably take care of it all for us as well. So just
okay.
Don't
if
worry
you're
about it.
From the Michigan government,
leave us alone.
Mm-hmm. We're just trying to exist. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to build revenue for the state because we're paying taxes.
That's right.
We do that. I pay
We
more
do.
to you in taxes than I will in my silly park pass.
We do pay
and admittedly,
taxes.
I'll probably get a park pass for that plate or car next year. But I wasn't about to get it. It's only going to last a month.
Okay.
And also, that's another reason that you should back into spots is if you want to hide your plate from people.
I got a ticket once for backing into a spot.
Yeah.
In Florida.
I remember
obviously.
that. Florida's an awful state. Mr. DeSantis.
That pissed me off. I was
D tier for
Yeah.
DeSantis.
To be fair, there was a big sign that says "Don't back into spots," so it was 100% my fault.
So what were you thinking?
Would you like to know why you can't back into spots?
Yeah, I feel like you told me, but I've forgotten.
Because the lazy piece of shit that drives around on the 3-wheeled parking cart, little tuk-tuk thing, can't get their lazy ass out of the tuk-tuk cart to check license plates if the car is backed in. I think they should encourage people backing in because it'd make the person get up and work.
Yeah, do some exercise.
In the words of Kim Kardashian, get your ass up and work.
Is that something that they say?
Kim Kardashian? Yeah, she got in a lot of trouble for saying that.
Is that because it's a bit hypocritical?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
they probably do a lot
she
of
works
work.
hard, but
I think the Kardashians are probably hard workers.
Okay, she works, but she works hard, and all the credit to her. But she doesn't. She's not going and working a 9 to 5 that puts like all of the like level of like worthlessness and like stress on people that make them feel like horrible about themselves.
I know how to fix this.
Oh God.
They need to resurrect the real world and have the Kardashians.
Oh, and have the Kardashians do it.
Yeah.
That would be something. Hey, if you're a Hollywood producer, bring the real world back. Say screw Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
What?
Put Kim Kardashian on there, and
Who else?
yeah, because
Two of the
there's so
Kardashians?
many Kardashian. I guess they could kind of rotate, couldn't they? Rotate through the whole Kardashian and Jenner family.
Mm.
Could put Caitlyn on there too, couldn't they?
Mm. I'm going to write this down.
Oh, God. Can't believe you're putting that first.
Yeah, probably should.
Way to get me kicked off the internet.
But that's a good idea, Christopher. Also,
Actually, no, I think people would quite like that because people generally don't like the Kardashians. You're getting a nosebleed.
I might be. You keep talking about the Kardashians. I'm just going to investigate here. Oh, yes. Why does that happen? I haven't had a nosebleed in weeks. And just right while we're recording.
It's the bad energy from the Kardashians.
I haven't gotten any phone calls yet, but I have gotten multiple text messages.
And nosebleed. Anyways, what were we talking about?
The Kardashians
about
doing
how
real
the
world.
Floridian parking people are the worst people.
Wait, I don't want to leave this topic yet, though.
Well, no, I'm going to continue talking about it.
No, I don't want to leave the
Kardashians
topic. Can we do like
She got in trouble.
Can we do a real world but with cars? So instead of doing a real world job, they have to drive a real world car, like a 2006 Focus or something like that for a week. And
Well,
just
no,
see what life is like?
no, that would all fit into everything. They'd have. No, this is okay. So this is actually I've heard this idea from somebody on TikTok that's kind of pitched this whole thing.
You're gonna get
They
us
need to
taken
get.
down
They need to get. Huh?
because this is somebody else's idea.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's
Intellectual
public
property.
on TikTok.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Actually, when you post a video on TikTok, TikTok owns full rights.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
Very
we're
Chinese
just
of them.
stealing from TikTok, and they don't care. This person on TikTok, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was, but they suggested
Well,
that
it's Xi Jinping at this point.
right. They suggested that billionaires / celebrities, whoever, Kim Kardashian, I think she is a billionaire. She'd fit into this real world type thing, but it's even more aggressive than what we saw with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. It's very much they set the person up. They're not allowed to use any of their money, obviously. They set them up in an apartment, and they have to find a job themselves without using any of their clout or anything. They have to use normal people resources to find a normal job. So say they get a job at a restaurant somewhere.
Sure.
Whatever. They're making like barely enough money to get by. They have to figure out paying rent, their car payment, public transport, whatever. They have to go through the whole gist of being a regular person. And they have to see how long they can last. And they're allowed to tap out at any time.
Oh.
But they have to look the camera in the eye and say, I'm out of touch with reality.
Oh. Can there be some sort of incentive other than just being humbled to like win? Like
I
if
would
they
say
make
there
it
could be like a
month-
big charity thing or something. Like they could like
charity's smart.
Yeah, like they could donate. Like the people that put on the TV show would be like, we'll donate $100,000 to charity if you can make it a month, doing this
As an
lifestyle. So then it
incentive,
gives them an incentive to like look good to the public that, hey, I can do this. But I think that none of them could.
Well, also, did this TikToker in question have a suggestion on how to alter their appearance in order to like have them not?
Well, you have to kind of assume that to an extent it would be set up in the way that the producers would probably find the person an apartment and they'd find the person a job.
But even like say Kim Kardashian works as a waitress, like people are gonna recognize her.
I know.
Give
So
her a huge tip.
you'd almost have to go in a way.
If you went out, if you took the
No.
Kardashians out to North Dakota and got them a job at a Denny's in like Bismarck,
But also-
and also with no makeup and everything
Sure.
like that,
Or wearing
and
a mask.
different
wearing
haircut,
a mask.
You're wearing a mask,
Yeah.
different haircut. That you could get away with that.
I think also that
then again, if you took them to North Dakota wearing a mask, they'd probably be shot.
be shot, right? What this person had in mind wasn't the Kardashians or any person that's public facing. It would be billionaires that are like CEO, like CEOs of companies that are just so
Oh,
filthy
yeah.
rich, like that they just have no idea.
That's
know?
fair, actually.
And no one's recognizing anyone like that. I mean, you could do it with a celebrity, but you'd have to have a less public facing job, like maybe a call center job or like
Sure.
something where you're
That's
not
a good
interacting with the public face to face.
Yeah.
And I think that they could do it that way. But I think that'd be really interesting, and I guarantee it would be like #1 everywhere.
a big-
People would love to watch that.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone needs to do that. So they did a show like this before, but it was very fake. It was very set up.
Like
there
it
was a
just clearly
show.
wasn't the real thing.
Oh yeah, it was this guy who they essentially did this. They did this whole thing. They like flew him in on a plane and dropped him off in the middle of nowhere and set him up in like this shack. And they were like, okay, you have to like build an empire out of nothing. And I remember this scene where he's like, oh, I'm gonna flip a couple cars to like make a couple grand and like get myself up, And he like goes to this like car lot and they like film the interaction from across the street. It's like so fake. And he's like looking at this like 2008 Honda Civic, and the seller's like, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with it. I really have no need for it anymore. So like you can have it for $1,500 if you want. And it's like, okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with this car. It's obviously it's like a $5,000 car, and you're just selling it to this guy for $1,500. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
So then, like later in the episode, he's like, "Oh no, I sold this car for $5,000, and now I made a $3,500 profit. Do you see how easy it is to just go out and make money in the It's just like, okay, dude, like."
Okay.
It was such a setup show. I forgot what the show was called, but it
Clearly
was a
doesn't
thing.
deserve to be mentioned if it was.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times, and it's just like super.
Was it one of the
cringe.
ones on? No, it wouldn't have been on like Motor Trend.
No. It had nothing to do with
Sure,
with
it was just
cars. It was
coincidence
just
that
happened
you-
to be
yeah.
that solidified for me that it was like a total like
Yeah.
BS show.
Okay.
So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
but yeah. Anyways, should we talk about cars now?
Yeah, I feel like I had something to kind of transition us into that, but then I got distracted by your story and I forgot.
Or 30
Oh,
minutes
that's
in?
what I was going to ask you.
Mm.
Do you think those situations in Top Gear where like when they came to America and had to find a car for less than $1,000 or whatever and do the Florida thing and everything, do you think those were real?
I have an answer for you. The cars were chosen from home. The whole car lot, going to car lots and everything, that was set up. Obviously, the cars were real cars that they paid $1,000 for or whatever. They're all piles of poop. What wasn't set up is the scene when they went to the gas station with the slogans on their cars and got rocks thrown at them and
Yeah.
chased out of there. That was real.
Okay.
And all three of them have vouched for it in multiple interviews that was not staged.
Yeah, and I believe that. I
Yeah,
wouldn't think
because
that was
they've-
staged.
I mean,
the way
they've-
they acted.
They've
and the
come
camera
out
work
and said
everything.
also on multiple occasions when things are staged. So like,
Yeah.
what reason would they have to lie about that? Plus, they no longer work for the BBC. They're not associated anymore. So they would have no reason to lie about that. So
But
that was real.
So they still found the cars. Like
yeah, they just chose them from home because
Do
I
you-
mean you can't realistically
Yeah.
plan. I mean you could do it, but
it'd be risky.
planning a high dollar production like that, flying in same day, finding a car, it's not really super realistic. And you'll notice that in that film they don't actually show them buying the cars. So like the cars were all planned.
Here's my
in-
next question then. Do you think that the three gentlemen chose the cars themselves?
Yeah, I think so.
And also, do you think the other two were unaware of what would show up?
Probably not. I think that's all acting. I think everybody knows what everyone else bought
Okay.
beforehand. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're just
Still
good
fun,
actors.
but
I mean,
like-
I wouldn't be shocked if maybe they were just kind of vaguely like, oh yeah,
Like,
I
I
got
purchased-
a truck or
yeah.
whatever, and then it shows up and it's a shitty.
Or I could even
brand.
see if they were like they picked their cars out and do it with the producer knows all three or whatever, but the three guys don't.
Maybe
know,
not.
'cause,
I
you
mean,
know,
that
they
would keep
did
it authentic, but
Right, and then they don't see it until they kind of actually show up there. But yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, let us know, Jeremy, if what the case
yeah,
is.
because we know he's watching.
Yeah, well, he's just a farmer now, so he's got to have something to
He's-
listen to while he's driving in his tractor.
That's right.
So he found the Daily Motor podcast. He's
Yeah.
a big fan. This week at Daily Motor headquarters, which you didn't get to hear much of last week because we got distracted with Copart things, and we'll actually get to that this episode as well.
I've got a few Copart cars.
Yeah, as do I, and we have a whole story behind that.
Oh yeah.
But
Charlie sending me 60 text messages
Yeah,
at
well, it
9
was
in the morning. It is
We
so
had-
hot in here, Charlie. Go ahead.
I mean, the viewers know that I'm a being warm enthusiast. What are you gonna do?
It's so hot in here. Can I turn it from 85 to 80? Is that okay?
I guess. We had a 2023 Jaguar F-Type R Coupe in red.
Red.
Yeah, they call it red, but it was pretty clearly brown.
It was a brown car.
I loved this car.
Yeah, we kind of agreed by the end of the week that is, in many ways, the perfect sports car. It's rowdy when you want it to be, loud, playful, but also with the touch of two things. It's back down to being quite civilized, and you are simply a gentleman driving around in your brown coupe.
And it's beautiful.
It's a
one of
gorgeous
the most
car.
gorgeous cars.
You
It
know-
manages to be aggro, but also classy.
They did a mild facelift in, I think, 2020. They made the front end a little bit lower and sleeker. And I was very worried when I initially saw that because I was like, oh, this car doesn't look right. But now that it's been out for a couple of years, it is just stunning. I don't think there's anything I'd really change about that car, except for the fact that the sun visors don't come off. They don't extend.
And the infotainment's not very good.
Oh, and the infotainment sucks.
And the sound system's not very good.
And the sound
Even though
system's
it's
not
an
very
upgraded Meridian sound system. It
Okay, so there
falls
are a
apart.
few things we'd change about it. But,
But it gives the
overall,
car character.
It's very good. It's British. What can you expect?
Yeah. They got the things right that they needed to. It's a rolling sex symbol.
Oh, yeah.
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 And they do little things to build up the experience. For example, the stop-start button pulses at you in the heartbeat of a Jaguar.
Cool little things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Shifter feels nice. The paddle shifters work well. It's stupid fast. It really gets up
It's
and
very
goes.
fast.
It
500
makes awesome noises. 576.
Yeah, 576, 575, something like that. 530 pound-feet of torque. Oh, good that we're seeing that again. Thank you.
What? Oh, well, the viewers didn't see it. Should we see if we've gotten a reply from our friend on Facebook?
Oh, geez. I'm nervous about that.
You can keep talking about the Jag.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he has not read
he
the
hasn't even
message.
read it. He's probably sleeping still.
Okay, you don't need to keep talking about the Jag anymore because I'm bringing up the best sports cars according to U.S. News and Reports.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Just people.
Yeah, but who? Like, what gives them the clout to come up? Also,
These are like
this
cheap
is like
sports cars.
low-tier sports cars.
Yeah,
We need luxury
probably
sports
luxury.
cars.
Yeah, luxury sports cars. Luxury sports cars. Good job, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
2022 Corvette. I don't agree with that.
I don't think that's luxury either.
No, I think what they mean by luxury is just expensive.
Expensive.
Audi
Have you
R8.
noticed that? Everything now that's expensive is just considered luxury.
I
Like
know.
Tesla's
Yeah,
considered
Tesla
luxury.
shouldn't be a luxury car, but people call it that.
Everyone's starting to understand now, and I'm seeing a lot more people agree that, like, people that buy Teslas and think that they're this extravagant luxury thing, and then they buy them, drive them for a year, and they're like, yeah, I want my Mercedes back.
Have you seen how high the profit margins are on Teslas?
No.
They're like 10 grand a car. It's bonkers.
So they're finally starting to make a profit.
Oh, they've made profit for years.
Mm.
Yeah. They can make as much as Toyota does by selling a tenth of as many cars.
Well, they're just stamping. You know that episode of SpongeBob where they, instead of making real burgers, they make like this sludge and then they spray paint it to look like a Krabby Patty?
Yeah.
That's like Tesla.
I get your point, but the Teslas are still pretty good. I think they're a little overpriced for what they are, but I would still rather have a Tesla than pretty much any other EV on the market at this point. Because all the BMWs are broken, all the Hyundais are about to break, and all their charger networks suck.
Right. Anyways.
So you get a Tesla, and it's fun to drive, it works well, it's well packaged, has a lot of good technology,
Yeah.
and the best charging network. So you can actually use it.
Yeah.
So,
But then you have to drive a Tesla.
but see, I'm okay with that.
I know you
But
are.
I'm also okay with driving that, so.
The
that.
van.
Not
Oh, the
that.
van. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say anyone would be okay with the GT2 RS.
Then Audi R8, that's too expensive. Porsche Cayman, that's a good car. Boxster,
Also,
a
though,
good
not
car.
really
Also
luxury,
not
but
Lemonware
whatever.
car.
8 Series. That is luxury. Okay, so the first luxury car on the list is ranked number 6.
Mhm.
Lexus LC, that's
LC.
luxury. Audi TT.
I bet you the F-Type just isn't ranked. Ooh, see, now here it is, 13. I very much disagree
How
with
have
that.
they ranked it last?
Well, they
They
obviously
ranked
have,
it below the Supra?
They have no taste or character. Snug, dated interior.
This is why
What?
this is why you need to stop using this website to
Well,
get
I just like because they show the cars that are in the class.
laggy touchscreen,
I
valid.
mean, that's true. But it's a sports car.
Also,
who cares about
poor
the
rear
touchscreen?
visibility. I don't think I agree with that. Maybe in the well, no.
I
the
think it's because
convertible-
we were driving so fast that we never needed to be concerned with what's behind
no,
us.
because I could see the active arrow quite well.
Good point.
Yeah,
Powerful V8 engines, that's good. Roomy trunk and coupe models, yes.
no major changes. Go beep yourself.
The 2023 Jaguar F-Type
Who wrote
is
this?
fast, lithe,
I'm gonna
and
send them a
beautifully
zesty
styled.
email.
It also sounds tremendous with a guttural V8 shriek that can give goosebumps to anyone within earshot. But the F-Type's snug interior and questionable value will leave it playing second fiddle to other luxury sports cars. I don't agree with that
I don't
at
think
all.
the interior's cramped.
No. it
You
was
and I
fine.
had plenty of room
It's a
in there.
two-seat sports car. That's what it's
Go-
supposed to feel like.
You need to go back, click
Okay.
on the Supra, because if they don't say the Supra is cramped,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the headquarters.
Cabin can feel cramped.
Okay.
Can feel cramped.
All right, I'm no longer gonna go up to the headquarters.
I mean, the Supra's good, but it's nowhere near the
I'm so
pizzazz.
I know the
F-Type.
Supra's good. It's fun to drive, whatever. But I appreciate actually that it's ranked as low as it is.
Yeah. Also, the NSX costs like twice as much as the F-Type.
Yeah, where
so
are they getting this comparison from?
Yeah, and the Z4 is not very good. The
Well,
the
better
Benz
than the
GT,
Supra,
I agree
apparently.
with that. Although I'm pretty sure they have a photo of
No,
the
you
four-door.
like the Benz GT.
So yeah, that's a pretty poor list.
The Corvette is great. We
All of that
love
is
the
to say-
Corvette.
The Corvette's good, but again, not a luxury car.
No,
No. If I were making this list, it would be just with these cars.
first?
I think I'd put the F-Type first, and then I haven't driven an R8, but the R8 would be up there. Then the LC, and then the Mercedes-Benz GT, and then the 911, And then I don't care after that. As long as those got in there. You know, we had a lot of time in a 911 recently.
Yes, we did.
I loved driving that car.
Yeah, it was great.
But it's not luxurious.
No.
And I've said this
No
before.
Porsches are really.
Yeah.
Maybe the Panamera.
Well, I've said this many times before, but Porsches never set out to be luxurious.
No.
They set out to be
They
the
fell
best
into it, and
luxury
they
car.
fell into that segment.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you go up to someone and say, well, what's the best car? And some car enthusiast says, well, it's a Porsche 911. But they don't realize that we mean best as in it's the best to drive. I don't want to necessarily daily a 911.
Yeah, but you could.
I'm not saying you couldn't.
But there are other
But in Michigan,
more luxurious options.
I'd rather be able to make an obnoxious amount of noise like that
in
Jaguar.
the F-Type. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I guess I can see why they rank it last, but they're wrong.
Yeah, no, they're definitely wrong.
They're
It's
on
okay.
on paper, okay, you can rank it last, but if you've actually driven all of the cars,
But it's also, dare I say, not that overpriced.
no.
At $120,000
For an
to get
all-wheel
that level of
drive,
performance,
It's
all-wheel
nearly
drive,
600 horsepower,
as beautiful it is.
supercharged V8,
Yeah.
very pretty styling,
Yeah.
uniqueness.
hmm I had so much more fun driving that around than I would a C8 Corvette, like a base one.
Yeah.
A Z06, maybe not, because I could make a lot of noise with it.
True.
But I don't want a tractor motor sitting behind me while I'm driving around and trying to be sexy. I mean, C8 Corvette's ugly.
Tractor motor.
Yeah,
That's
no,
funny.
I quite like the F-Type. And thank
Yeah.
you to Jaguar, not only for giving it to us, but for putting it on winter tires. That's ballsy and bold, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Jaguar. You know who we also appreciate? Hyundai. Because they sent us a 2022 Hyundai Kona N
Which was our car of the year.
in order to shoot our Car of the Year video.
Yeah.
We went out, we did that,
And
and
we parked it for the rest of the week.
I will tell you that I did drive it yesterday, but it got up to like 40 degrees yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, which is the same temp that they're giving us the Elantra N this week, so I figured it's fine. But I also have not gotten to spend much time with that car because the week we had it, you drove it pretty much the whole time.
Why did I drive it the whole time?
I don't know. I think we had some other press car I needed to drive or something, or I was out of town for part of the week or whatever. All I know is,
I drove it. I put a lot of miles on that car.
yeah, I only had it for like a night or two, and Alyssa drove it home one of those nights. So I appreciated getting to at least take one trip in it. And it's not only such a fun car, but it's a good, livable car at
Yeah.
that price point. You get fully power adjusted driver's seat. You get heated seats. You get a good infotainment system. A not that bad sound system. Honestly, sounded just as good as the Jaguar system.
Yeah.
And it's got places for things inside of it. The transmission is great. The car is fun. You can drive it casual. You can drive it like a bat out of hell. I pulled up next to it. I parked next to a Golf R, a Mark 7.5 Golf R, and I just felt so smug pulling up because I'm like, I have a fun car. You have a boring car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to say?
I didn't drive it this week, so. Why are you
did
rolling your
briefly,
eyes? I'm
because
just
you know
stating the
We
truth.
have things to say about it.
I know,
though.
but we've talked about it so much. It won
Yeah.
our car of the year. We
Yeah.
had it earlier. It's a great car. I mean, I love the Kona N.
Mhm.
That's why I agreed to give it car of the year.
The Conan.
Mhm.
Conan O'Brien.
And we'll have a video coming out soon, so you should watch that
Yeah.
about all of the reasons that we love it.
Yeah. As soon as Chris is able to get me the footage.
That's
we're
the
gonna try
thing.
to do today.
We're going to try and do that today.
Yep. This week at Daily
Charlie
Motor
requested
Headquarters-
that I film it in 4K 60, so it's like literally 30 gigabytes of footage that I have to give to him.
See,
So-
I'm hoping that you would have just gotten lazy and left your camera settings at 4K 60 and just shot everything in that.
I don't have that much time in my
'Cause
life.
now that you have multiple SD cards, a smoking fast new computer, there's really not much reason for you to not be shooting all the Daily Motor videos in 4K 60.
Why don't you ask the viewers if they can tell a difference between quality of my reviews and your reviews?
Yes, viewers, please
Yeah,
go
go
click
ahead.
on some of the reviews that are shot by Chris's forehead and some of them that are shot by my forehead.
Tell us which
and
ones look better.
Watch them in 4K and see which ones
Yeah.
look better. Although I will point out that I now have a GoPro Hero 11, which I did not have before. So
That's true. So now
maybe
yours will look
starting
primo.
with the second half of the Jaguar F-Type sound system test, see how they look comparatively.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. This week at Daily Motor Headquarters, we have the Hyundai Elantra N in 6-speed manual form, and it's going to be so nice.
Is it the blue one?
It is the blue
Yeah.
one. It's a great, beautiful blue. I think the car is pretty ugly, but I am very much looking forward to making obnoxious pops, burbles, and bangs.
Yeah.
For those of you not familiar, the Hyundai Elantra N in 6-speed manual form gets a louder exhaust than the dual-clutch automatic car. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully, No, federales pull us over and decide that our car is too loud and must be taken to the dealer. To be
We're in
retuned.
Michigan. They don't care.
Yeah, it is very nice living in a state where
Yeah.
old Gretchen, she's cool with it.
Also this week, the 2023 BMW M3 Competition xDrive Edition 50 Jahre.
In color.
Oh, Techno Violet.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, this car is going to be very beautiful.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar, it's the E36 M3 purple color.
Yeah.
Did I say Jahre right?
Yeah, I think so. Yar. Sound like fire.
Also, I am driving the 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X because
Yeah.
I am going to be in Denver for 6 days this week, which means Charlie gets the Elantra N and the M3 all to himself.
It's going to be so
It's going to be
difficult.
such a hard work week. I just don't
As
know
silly
how
as it is, I'm actually jealous of you getting to drive the AT.
I love the Sierra. Yeah, Sierra's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I'm curious. I think I know the answer, but just to play devil's advocate, which car do you think costs more, the Sierra or the M3?
The M3,
By how much more do you think?
30 grand.
You think the M3 is 30,000 more than the Sierra?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out.
Make sure it's a 50th anniversary M3.
Oh, I'm just going to look up the exact Monronis of the cars we're getting.
Oh, hey, you can go into the Navs portal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Eventually.
I'm gonna say that the M3 is like 100 and I'm gonna say the M3 is like 100 grand, 110 or something.
And how much do you think this truck costs?
70.
I think that's bold. I'm thinking the truck's going to be 82 and the M3 is going to be 100. Let's see. Oh, they don't even have the truck in here. So here's the M3 Comp xDrive sedan in Techno Violet Metallic. Let's give the viewers a view here. Survey says, well, while that's loading,
Blank
we
screen.
can also. Did you? Oh yeah, because you haven't gotten any. Wait, but you got a loan agreement, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't say
the email didn't have a Monroney in it or
No.
anything. You might have your own Navs portal now at this point. Either way, 2023 Sierra.
Really? How do I check?
I don't know. AT4X. Starting at 81.7. So I bet
What
you.
on earth? What is this truck that I'm getting?
Did you not look into it? at
No,
all?
I haven't looked at.
It's
Admittedly,
it's the tiny wiener version.
how much is the M3?
109.
109. Okay, there's no way that truck is gonna be over 100 grand.
Isn't this crazy that the car has nearly $30,000 in options?
No, that's not crazy.
The M carbon bucket seats are $4,500.
Yeah.
Heated
I
steering
saw a
wheel.
video the other day on TikTok
Okay,
of a
course.
new M4.
Mm.
And there's a video of a guy, his buddy pulled up to pick him up. He opens the passenger door. He's like, oh, look at these carbon seats. They're so cool. He grabs the door panel to shut the door, and the door panel rips off the car.
Oof.
The brand new M4.
Not a good look for BMW.
You have to kind of wonder if maybe it was set up, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like maybe he was working on the speakers.
Yeah,
so
and
they
he was
just,
like, oh, let's make a
let's shoot
funny
this
video.
Yeah, and
you
it's
know?
probably gotten a lot of views at this point.
Yeah, it had a ton of views.
So I'm sure you're getting a crew cab standard box. You think your Focus is being removed from the garage?
I told Keone he could move it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next, trims. AT4.
There's probably an X package you put on it. What? I don't even know what motor. Probably the 6.2.
Yeah, probably the 6.2, or else we would have been told that it was a diesel. Don't pull a jalopnik and put gasoline into your diesel press car.
Okay.
We're assuming they gave you some beautiful color. It's
It's
probably
probably
volcanic
red.
red.
I was picturing it as black, but it's probably red.
For wheels, they probably gave you 20s because that makes sense on an off-road truck. Jet black. Look at that beautiful interior. You're going to have a nice time with that. Packages, AT4. Where's the X? Did we already miss the option to do X?
You know, it has like all of these.
Yeah. So there we're at 75, but where did...
Maybe you can't build it yet. Is it like super new? Oh,
trims. Straight. Maybe
maybe it's
because
a
of, like,
Denali. What if you
No,
go
it's-
Denali and it's a AT4X pack on the Denali?
It's not. I know for sure it's not.
Okay.
It's definitely should be an AT4. That's weird. Maybe it's like a chip shortage thing. Trucks, Sierra. Either way, I did see right here that when I had looked up AT4X, it said 82.
Oh, I hope it has
like,
Super Cruise.
It doesn't. Only comes on the Denali's. Yeah. And I know that
Or High Country
Ben Profit
Chevys.
has the Denali Ultimate, and they didn't put Super Cruise on it, which is kind of lame.
Chip shortage.
Chip shortage. Oh, well. Well, you have an expensive truck. And we have a more expensive BMW M3.
And a less expensive Hyundai Elantra N.
Which is funny because I'm probably just going to drive that mostly.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be... maybe he moved your focus up front.
Oh, probably.
Good morning, afternoon.
Oh,
the press car? You want to move it real quick? The key's in it. Key's in it. Yeah, you can just bring the key in here. Thanks. There's a spot open in front of our shop, right? Oh, well, you can just put it across then. Okay.
What were we talking about?
The
Oh,
M3.
GMC.
The M3, and how I'm not going to drive it because I'm going to drive the Elantra
This is
instead.
pretty. This
That
looks
is
like
pretty.
Sweden.
No, it looks like Scotland.
Okay, well, Charlie's a Europe enthusiast.
I
so
am.
He would know.
Yeah. Have you been to Europe?
No.
Maybe we should go to Europe sometime and drive some Europe cars.
We can get press cars over there, can't we?
It's pretty difficult.
Somebody got one. Someone had one on Winding Road. It was like an Audi A1 or
I
something.
think it was a rental. I don't
Was
think it was
it?
a press car.
Oh, it was a rental. Okay.
Yeah. I think, didn't Amos rent one when he was over there?
No. No, it was either Ben or Peter, one of them.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was.
So we're excited to drive those performance-y sort of cars. The M3 is very good. We know. It's no big surprises. It's an incredibly capable car. Okay.
xDrive, so it'll be nauseatingly fast off the line.
Yeah, and it'll probably get better fuel economy on the highway than the Elantra does. Because BMW is witchcraft with their motors.
Yeah. Are you running a fuel on that?
I don't think so, because it's going to be on winter tires.
If
And
I
we've
were
already...
home, we'd be running a fuel.
Yeah, if you were here, I just probably don't really feel like running two different fuel tests this
So
week.
we would be
And-
giving you a fuel, but Charlie doesn't feel like it. So bad luck. If you want to know an accurate reading of the M cars with xDrive, go watch my M4 Comp xDrive fuel economy test, and you'll be quite surprised with the number that it got.
Yeah, and that one won't be on winter tires.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Copart. Let's get the key to our Elantra N. Thank you.
Na-na-na.
Did it pop and burble?
Huh?
Did it pop and burble?
It sounds pretty.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Sounds like a happy cat.
Mm-hmm. I sent some phone calls to Chris this past weekend.
How
Or
many
on-
phone
on
calls?
Friday.
You know, I don't understand this. If you're an Apple enthusiast, maybe you can help me understand. My Do Not Disturb used to, it would send you to voicemail for the first call, but then you could break through it if you called again. But now you can't break through my Do Not Disturb, and I don't know if that's an issue with my phone. I haven't updated my phone, so maybe that's why.
What do you mean you haven't updated your phone?
I just haven't updated my phone. It's still running the old iOS.
Why?
I don't know, because I like it.
It's just no different. It's just better. It's more safe and secure to be on the newer updates.
Anyways,
Does it prompt you and then you just hit like decline?
I don't think it's prompted me, actually.
It's
Let's see.
ridiculous. But yes, I tried calling Chris multiple times after he had fallen back into a slumber on
Yeah.
Friday morning.
I was awake and then fell back asleep, and then Charlie texted. Let's count the texts that you sent me. We're gonna
Well, it
go
was
back.
a whole story because I got a notification of a vehicle on Copart coming up that I had been interested in, and I had forgotten.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 text messages Charlie sent me on Friday at 10 a.m.
Well, from
Probably
about 10
should
to
have been
11.
awake.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
the,
you're
the
the
la-
one who,
last
you're the
one
one who
came
just
in at
outed yourself
10:52.
on how late in the morning that was. I wasn't. Gonna
Yeah,
say.
I was sleeping.
But the Copart auction was coming up, and I had favored it at some point. It must have been on the podcast or something.
It was because
Yeah.
I showed it to you.
Right.
I think.
A fairly similar King Ranch truck, the F-250, to the 350 that I had. And, oh my gosh, I hadn't realized how much of a steal this truck may have been because this thing is a V10, so it's the most desirable non-diesel motor that they put in those. And it was the paint color that I really, really like. It was a King Ranch, big fan and everything. And it seemed damaged, but really not that damaged and in pretty good condition, fairly checked out, auto check and everything. And the auction was coming up, and I was like, Chris, what should I do? And then I missed it. It went for like $800, but it was below reserve. So like I called Copart. I'm like, can I like tell the insurance people that I'll beat the previous person? Because with Copart, they often call the highest bidder and say like, can you come up to blah blah blah? And then you say no, and then you move on.
And you say no and hang up.
Yeah. But I was like, have them call me, and the lady was like, I don't think they can really do that, but if it doesn't go, it'll come back up for the buy it now. And I was like, okay. And then it did come back with a buy it now of $2,000. And so I was trying to figure out why in the world is this truck listed for so cheap? Because literally, the interior
You
is
want to
worth.
pull it up so they can.
Oh
get a
yeah,
visual?
might as well. Yeah, we're getting to Copart anyway. The interior is worth more than $2,000. The engine, provided it works properly, is worth more than $2,000.
Right.
Maybe. It's the V10. It's arguable. The parts on the truck alone are probably worth $5,000 or $6,000 if you had the patience to part it out and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
So for $2,700 after fees and taxes and everything, you're getting this truck, and it says it runs and drives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was harassing Chris to say, why shouldn't I just go buy this right now? We finally figured out that it's rear-wheel drive.
That was kind of the killer.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the
not
only
the full
reason I'm
killer.
not. Yeah, it's not
It's
full
just,
kill.
it's
but
just what's holding Charlie back from clicking buy it now.
Yes, exactly. Password has expired. All right. Well, you all need to not see me reset my password. Can you entertain them for a moment?
Sure. Anyways, I was awoken by Charlie calling Emily because Emily
yeah.
was laying next to me, and
It's not the first time
she-
I've called Emily to
I
get
know.
you awake for something.
She was worried because Charlie calls and he goes, "Is Chris there? Is Chris awake?" And Emily's like, "Oh my God, did one of his cars get hit or something? Does he need to go?" Charlie, "No, I need to show him this car on Copart." And I'm waking up like, what's going on? Is everything okay?
That's
But,
pretty funny.
Yeah, so that was chaos. But anyways,
But you appreciated that I got you awake.
yeah, I mean, I should have been up anyways, so it's fine.
You had been up, to be fair.
I had been up, and then I fell back asleep.
We are currently waiting for Copart to send me my password reset email. Why do passwords... Have you noticed that some of the most insignificant websites will have the most strict password rules?
Yes.
And then you'll have something like your bank, and they'll be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no one listened, but I haven't reset my bank password in years. But yet, like, Copart will make me reset every 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Apple's the worst. Apple's, you have to have so many different stipulations with, like, your password and this and that. This is gonna be the world's most boring podcast where we literally just sit and click
Okay,
refresh.
can you just look
I
without
look it
being
up?
logged in? Yeah, just... Anyways, looking at the key here to the Elantra N, I like that Hyundai gives you a different key for the N car. They put a little N on the front, like an actual little badge.
Hyundai does more for the N
Which is
keys
kinda
than
neat.
Toyota does for their $80,000 Sequoia and Tundra. All right, I will look
It's
up
true.
2003 Ford F.
Why don't I just give you the lot number, Charlie? I have it
Oh yeah, do
saved.
that.
Hold on, I need to put this key back together first.
Oh, it's not an 03.
Yeah, let's see. All right,
It's-
opening Copart.
I think it's a
Let's see.
2002. No, they didn't have the King Ranch.
I'll just give you the lot
All
number.
right, hurry up. What if it's sold?
Hurry up.
Oh, it might have sold.
Nope, it's here still.
Okay.
He gets so sad. Just good.
Yeah, just
731 707 12. Oh no, what if it's sold? Why don't you just buy it if you're that concerned?
because I'm gonna bid on it this week and try to get it for less.
You're gonna like start building a collection of these. I didn't
I
know that
know.
this would become your thing, like these turn of the
I've always
century
just
Super
had
Duty
a
trucks.
soft spot for these trucks, man. I found out that in 2005 they switched from leaf spring to coil suspensions. Apparently, they ride a good bit better.
Mm.
Mhm.
So,
So here it is. Oh yeah, so you can see. Oh yeah, I gotta bring. There you guys
oh
go.
yeah, we'll let everyone see it.
You can see that this truck is in really good looking shape. I mean, Chris and I were like, what in the world? We can tell that some things are wrong, but it says side is the primary damage, and
Which it is.
secondary damage is minor dents and scratches. So
Well,
we're
the
like,
tailgate is smashed for one.
yes, the tailgate
So
has
it needs,
clearly
it
been
needs a tailgate.
run into, as you can see there.
It needs a tailgate.
Those are easy to
But
find.
the more concerning area of damage, Charlie, if you want to, there you
Mhm.
go. The passenger front suspension is collapsed.
yes.
So that's concerning. You
Yes.
don't know what's going on in there.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, though, is I was going to spend probably about $500 worth on parts for my current F-250 to just get it proper in that regard.
Yeah.
So even if I paid $2,000 for this truck, I could take it'd be $1,500 in to this truck to just part it out.
Yeah.
I could have the parts in the interior and the rest of the truck. Here's the other reasons why I'm really interested in this truck.
Yeah.
It is a crew cab, but also it's an 8-foot bed.
Yeah.
And that's not very common.
That's very Charlie because you like to haul things.
And I like to have
that are too big.
I like to optimize my things in life. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a
right.
large truck. I'd rather have it be so large. Yes. Look at that rust.
So, anyways, Charlie is going to be bidding on this car later this week. Goes on Friday.
I'm just a bit nervous about the rear-wheel drive.
Why don't you just go look at it?
I'm going to.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
going to drive
going to
it
go
to
up this week.
Lansing?
Oh, you'll be
I'll
Denvering.
be gone. But please send me photo/video.
I'll send you photo/video when I'm towing it back on a trailer with
the Maverick.
Maybe if I do get it, pull it back on a trailer
You
with
need
the
to be more like
F250.
you need to be more like Charbel.
Yeah. Maybe I will just to enrage the internet. I'll park the Maverick in front hook the trailer up just briefly, not
Yeah.
actually pull it, but be like, just got back from pulling this with the Maverick.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be good clickbait.
Too bad we don't have any towy type vehicles this week.
I've
Chris
got
has an X7. That would probably tow pretty well. Do you think the BMW X7 has a higher tow rating than my F250?
No, I doubt it. What is it? An M50
Probably.
or M60 now? They switched it to
BMW
60.
M60i tow capacity.
You didn't type in X7,
Oh,
but it'll probably assume. Yeah, there you go.
that's payload. It's close. Yes, 100 pounds more.
Don't
To be
do
fair,
it.
it makes like 3 times more horsepower
Yeah.
than my truck.
Uh,
All right, should we get to Copart cars that the
yeah,
viewers will care about?
I've
now?
got another one for you.
Okay. Is it
Very
another,
interesting vehicle.
Is it another F-250?
No.
Because I don't think my wallet can handle that.
No, I know that's like showing you pornography. 730 656 72.
This is a 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe GLS.
I want you to find why this is a cool special thing.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
good at
yeah.
this. All right. Color says green. That's a very, very light green.
Yeah.
Is it a hybrid? Front end, rear end, run and drive, State Farm. There are no notes. There's 4-wheel drive / with front wheel drive. It's a manual.
Yes.
It is a manual transmission Hyundai Santa Fe.
Manual Santa Fe.
That's pretty cool.
Buy it now for $1,250.
Honestly,
Which is
parts
too
would probably
much.
be really cheap for this. Why do you think it's too much? How many miles? It's only got 123,000 miles on it.
Yeah, how much is this thing worth fixed?
7,500 according to the
Yeah.
Copart. And you got to admit, if you needed like kind of a runaround vehicle, but you had like a family and stuff, and you just wanted like a fun little
I have
putz.
I have trauma with one of these cars.
Oh,
Would you like to know why?
I think everyone would.
So my old roommate David, his girlfriend's mom had one of those. It was around the same year. It looked the same as that. And one day, the three of us decided that we wanted to drive to Colorado because my friend was performing a show. We wanted to drive out there and see him. So
Is that Black Bear?
Yeah. So we're figuring out what car to take. Haley, David's ex-girlfriend, goes, "Oh, yeah, we'll take my mom's car because she has an SUV." And I'm like, "Okay, great, whatever." She shows up. It's one of those. I'm like, okay. You know, I didn't know much about Hyundais back then. I'm like, okay. I was a little iffy about it.
Chris was a Lexus and BMW owner at the time, so he's
Yeah.
much above a Hyundai.
Well, not even that. I was just like worried. I was like, I don't know much about like Hyundais. Like, is this thing going to make it to Denver? Anyways, I'm taking too long with this story. We get 2 hours into the trip. I'm driving. It's my turn to drive. I'm merging onto the highway. I put the turn signal on, and the entire steering column starts smoking. And the actual blinker starts going haywire, like going crazy, and the actual turn signal stalk is smoking. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with this car? So we get off the road, pull over, whatever. Turns out it's a TSB, like it's like a thing that happens with those cars. It's
Wow.
it's like a warranty thing, like you take it in and they fix it or whatever. But anyways, we get 2 hours into our trip. we have to turn around, take this turd back to Haley's mom, and swap it out. Haley had a Cadillac CTS, which was in
That would've been
perfect
much
working
better.
order. I know. So we ended up taking that. It was great.
Wow, I've never heard of a smoking turn signal.
So it
stop.
added 6 hours onto our trip
Wow.
for this stupid pile of crap Hyundai Santa Fe. But anyways,
So that's why you don't want that one.
that's why I wouldn't want that vehicle.
That's fair. I think it's justifiable.
6 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah. I believe you probably have a few more for us.
Oh, yeah, I
But I
do.
should interrupt and let people know.
How long's it been? We've been going at this for a while.
An hour.
Oh,
We
my
have a message from McGee.
Oh dear God, Charlie. Why are you doing this to this?
Oh, he's given me a deal. He said, yes, it's available, $1,500. I will.
Charlie,
Should I say
this poor person.
Should I say sorry too low?
No, don't mess with this person. That's mean.
Chris is worried for his health. Should I block
Well,
him?
I'm not worried for my health. I just
Should I block him?
no.
Why not?
Well, if you want, I guess. I don't know.
Would that make you feel safer?
It's not about me. I just feel bad because I mean we see that this person obviously they have their different way of thinking about things, but
I'm going to block him.
okay.
Block.
Whatever you need to do, Charlie.
Okay, back to Copart.
So the next one I have, I'll go ahead and read it to you.
Mm-hmm.
362 351 23.
This is man, you love these Flint cars. 2006.
Dude, Flint has the best cars.
Yeah.
Flint always has the best cars.
2006 Pontiac Vibe GT, again with a manual. I assume if you're like me, you just go into Copart and you look for manual cars. That
Mm-mm.
are really. Okay.
No, I look at everything.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Front end.
Look at the
damage.
seats. The seats are sweet.
Ooh, some red inserts.
Yeah. I think this would be a fun car to buy and do rallycross with.
Right,
Because
for
doesn't this
anyone
have
who's
like the
unfamiliar-
Beams engine? Doesn't it rev to like 7,000, 7,500 RPM? What does it rev to?
Yeah,
8,000 RPM.
Yeah, and it's a Toyota underneath for anyone who's not familiar. It's pure sale at $275.
The front bumper is a different color than the rest of the car.
Yeah, but it's damaged, so it's okay.
You have to replace it anyways.
Yeah, the Vibe GT that was a cool one.
Dude, 8,000 RPM? That thing must scream.
This actually would make for a really good Lemons car or just like rallycross sort of car.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
anyways,
front-wheel drive's a
I might
little
bet on that
different,
because that's exactly what I need is one more car that's wrecked and doesn't move.
The gauge cluster is themselves. It's just cool. It's a cool gauge.
Okay.
You know, another car had a cool gauge. The original Chevy Sonic. Did you
Yeah,
ever
it's like
see
a
that?
motorcycle gauge. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course you like that. All right, this is a very Chris vehicle coming up next.
Okay.
Kind of a Charlie vehicle too,
Is it a
actually.
Cayenne?
No. It's another Ford. 366 704 23.
If it's a Ford, it's got to be a Panther body.
No.
2000 Ford F-150. Is it a Harley Davidson?
No. No,
It
it's just an
is?
F-150.
Oh, it's just a very clean F-150.
It's a very clean F-150.
Wow, in Flint. Why is it here? Oh, undercarriage.
Ran into a ditch. The whole front of it's smashed.
By the way, I don't think I mentioned to you, but remember how that was our theory with the F-250? If you look on that front right, you can see grass in the bumper. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but this F-150's suspension doesn't seem as collapsed.
No. So I might bet on this too. It's got a flat tire, which sucks.
Maybe that's why it got
The
parted out,
freaking
or-
forklift probably did it.
This is actually a really nice spec inside too. It's got leather with power.
Yeah, and the tan steering wheel's in nice shape, which is rare to find.
And the whole tan interior. Actually,
once-
this is really nice.
I was at Copart once
Okay.
in person,
Only
and I
121
watched
miles
a forklift pop the tire of a Prius.
Oh my gosh.
Like he pulled up to move the second gen Prius, and he just obliterated it. It went pow! He popped one of the tires, and I was like, okay,
I might consider buying this from you if you buy it, because
why don't you just buy it? You bid on it. You can bid on it.
Because I'm going to be bidding on the other truck.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll buy this one, and you can buy the other one.
Plus, I've got.
Can you go get this one for me? Where is
Sure,
it?
Flint.
Oh, obviously, if I'm looking at
You
it,
could
it's
just
in
ship
Flint.
it for
I'll
like
just ship it for $100.
Yeah. This is honestly, dude, the parts on this truck alone would be worth $2,000, because the wheels. Ooh, it's
steering-
got the 5.4 V8.
The
too.
steering wheel. Yeah, it's a V8.
Yeah.
Is it a Lariat? It must be with all that leather. Or it could just be a high optioned XLT, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's an XLT. You can see right here in
Okay.
the badge. Oh no, that might say Lariat. It's hard to tell.
Go to the seats again. The seats would say Lariat on them, I think, if it was a Lariat.
That looks like it says Lariat, just barely, right
Yeah,
under.
Lariat.
Right there.
Okay. Well,
I mean, that, if you're
it's a
getting
nice truck.
a well
Is it
running
four-wheel
and
drive?
driving,
No, it's rear-wheel drive. Another two-wheel drive truck.
that'll probably do it.
Yeah, no four-wheel drive selector on there. Look at that steering wheel. Yeah, look how nice.
They
that
put what is
tooth.
a
Maybe they were a
tooth?
dentist.
The
This is,
dentist
you know,
truck.
this is exactly the sort of car you expect a dentist to drive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, though, this is in really good shape.
It's a clean thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, neat.
It's probably rusty underneath, but can't really see much rust.
Oh, and you see with the steering wheel here, what they did is they embossed the Ford logo.
They used to have that.
rather than having one that could be peeled off by someone's child in a screwdriver. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in like 2002 they switched it to a badge instead of just a pressed in thing.
Mm. By the way, I did some Facebook creeping on the profile of the gentleman who I traded trucks with.
Mm-hmm.
He has photos of the King Ranch, much better looking.
Really?
Put new fenders on it, new wheels.
Can we see?
Yeah, sure.
I want to see.
I'm gonna go back off the screen here so that I can bring up
Let's be stalking enthusiasts.
Yes. Before we get murdered by McKee Cardell after.
I think you're the one that's worried now, Charlie.
Gotta make it back down. Facebook really makes you jump through some hoops in order to get to your previous messages here because I've archived them. Will you be having more Copart things for us?
Nope, that was it.
That was it. Okay, so we'll check this out. So if you are not interested in seeing the result of my F350 King Ranch, feel free to tune off now, and we'll be back next week with our follow-ups. See more. Dave Howard. So not only did he fix up my truck, but he also has another truck, which is very possible he traded. Here we go.
Woo!
Look at that. So it's not totally fixed up, but it's improved. He's got...
Why does it look like it's squatted now? Do you lift the front?
Good question, Chris. Maybe it's just the angle of the camera?
Could be.
I like the look of this truck so much. Oh, these are all his old trucks, obviously.
There's the wheels
Yeah.
that used to be on yours.
Yeah, so they clearly... I mean, they're the same wheel. He just took
Yeah, I
them
just
off.
put them on that truck now.
This is what my truck used to look like back when this was more
Nice.
clean. Yeah, not bad, really. Here's another angle. Very
Oh, new
dirty to
fender.
see, but yep, new fender.
Bad
King
King Ranch badge back on it?
Yep. Also, did mine have these headlights when I sold it? The one piece? Maybe they did.
I don't remember.
Being a King Ranch. Yeah, not a huge fan of those wheels, but
that
they're
yours,
fine.
Dave? What did he say?
Yes, that is mine. Yeah.
Proud of it.
Might have put a new
Dude,
mirror
it looks
on for me,
great.
though. I
It
know.
really looks great.
I know. You can tell this is slightly mismatched color.
Yeah, well.
It's probably a new.
Well, it's old. You know why? No. That's probably an original paint fender that he put on it, and your hood has been painted because the truck's been crashed like 4 times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It looks good. It really does.
So those were posted a few weeks ago, and then a few days after that. he
Oh,
posted this.
that's a conversion truck.
Is it?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
know.
Yeah. Well, you are.
I'm sorry.
young
I
buck.
wouldn't know because I'm a stupid kid, right? That doesn't know anything.
Apparently,
That
it
is
his.
beautiful.
He said, "Thank you, super clean one owner, 1997 with the 7.3 diesel."
That's like a $20,000 truck.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a dually. It's very cool. He's got another. I think maybe that's the only photo of it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his.
That's a really nice truck.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, I'm jealous of your OBS.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your King Ranch. That was mine. But I'll be less jealous once I have the rear-wheel drive one. I might just try converting that rear-wheel drive truck to a four-wheel drive.
Okay. And on that bombshell,
So thank you all so much for watching. We are going to go have some fun driving loud, fast cars because that's what
Yep.
we enjoy doing. And then Chris is going to head out to Denver to
That's
drive
right.
his father around while he drinks beer.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
not in the truck.
Right. We don't condone that.
Anyways, I'm Sniffle. He's Burp.
I'm Burp. Well, technically I'm Bleed today. Sniffle and Bleed.
What am I today?
You've actually been pretty well behaved.
I'm Eat.
Yeah, you're Eat, and you wear the same clothes as you wore yesterday. And we'll see you on the next one. What is the thing that... Oh.
What do we say at the end of
And as
these?
always, Barnana on.
What's the thing we say at the end of every video?